So we have with us a very noted public intellectual, a bona fide humanist, our temporary, for the next 10 minutes, artist in residence. And so with that, I will give you Reggie Watts.
Thank you very much. Thank you everyone for joining us today here in this particular theater. So much has happened on this particular spot that you can almost see the residual timelines existing at the same time. Tonight, this very evening, right now, somewhere where the sun isn't shining, there's someone talking about art. But why are they talking about art? I mean, everyone seems to be talking about it. But what do we do about it? Well, a few responses in response to some of the responses that I want to give. I have a responsibility, and that's what it is. You've heard about the arts in a format which is being in question. The arts right now, there's a particular model which is being utilized by a few other agencies such as NASA, where we take the idea of a state-sponsored vehicle and then turn it over to commerce. Does it work? Can we commercialize? Can we extricate the very essence of capitalism and inject it into the arts itself? Well, unfortunately, yes and no. Yes and no on most things. That's why the arts need to be looked at, the mechanism which funds the arts needs to be looked at as more. And that's important because that is the key. If we are to look at the arts as a transmission, right now the arts are funded in a way which is just either. It's in first gear or it's in third gear, but what we need to do is we need to create a transmission by which it is flexible, dynamic, and adaptable to the market, either funded by the state through grants or simply through commerce itself and the mechanisms and the trials and rewards that come from that competitive environment. Unfortunately, the arts have been misidentified. The arts are considered a specific thing, an item of which can be identified through either pictures or designs or limits of imaginative availability in expressing the reflective world around us. But art simply is the essence of all things. It always was the thing that we are, but it has been identified as something as different from who we are. Therefore, we have to give to it unto itself as a separate, identical, but inward entity. We heard earlier about Egypt and its transformation. And the Egyptians, as we all know, were started by an alien race, which descended from the Sumerian gods, the Anunnaki, and they had a lot to say about art. But to them, art was life and life was art. That's the problem that we have today. The Ford Foundation has a competitor, which is the Chevrolet Foundation. With the Hyundai Foundation not too far behind. The very nature of what we speak of today is happening to the very funding structures that we are all accustomed to right now. Whether we look at the NASA model or whether we look at a moderated, instantaneous recapturing of a Hollywood star's reflection on arts from his own perspective inside of a very large money-making machine, These are perspectives that we need to take into account. You can count as many perspectives as you like, but the perspectives will always change and shift. If you don't fund the arts will exist. If you fund the arts will exist. If you ban the arts will exist. If you are in full support of the arts will exist as well. The thing about the arts is it's pretty much indestructible. So if you quantify it and identify it as something, again, that is external to who we are, then you will see its limitations and its dramatic fluctuations, which I think is very obvious. However, on the real level and on the down low, or the low down, we know opposite. Finally, I would like to talk about reappropriating things that we haven't appropriated in the first place. And I'd like to call on the remembrance of the MMI protocols, of which we've all been accustomed to. The United Nations across the way is now considering a referendum on the idea of having them, and I think that that's an important thing for any organization to reconsider. I don't want to sound like a naysayer. A lot of people say, you sound like a naysayer, and I say, no, I don't. But you can't destroy the arts. That's my main message. No matter what we do, what we say, it's really up to the artist to provide the value and the platform for it to be on display or to be experienced. And with that, I have written a particular song. This is about the sudden expulsion of materials from the human head. And I hope you enjoy it. Remember again, only we can prevent that which cannot be stopped. And it's an impossible equation. So, okay. Check 1, 2. Are we hearing this? Check 1, 2. We plugged in. Yes, we're plugged in. Check 5, 2, 6. Are we hearing it? No? Are we hearing it? Hello? Sorry. Hi, how are you? Hello? Are we hearing this? No, we're not hearing this? No? This is plugged in, right? That's plugged in? Okay, fine. Yeah. No, I got it. I'll put a little check. Yes. Uh-huh. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, yeah. Now I'll do this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Now we can hear it. All right. Just a little bit louder, I think. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Yes, perhaps a little bit louder. I think it's very weak right now. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Still very weak. Super weak. Hyper weak. Have you ever been to Hyper Week? It's a wonderful place. Done. Well, in the meantime, I will do this. This is a song about unification, unity, and the art form within it. This hopefully will be the last thing that you ever hear about the arts, but I doubt that that is true. Okay, so here we go. Having love, but I know that there is no. Everybody knows what we're going through. I've been trying to make a living, but no one really knows how it goes. Yeah. New York is a place where dreams grow to die or live. It's up to you. Boom, 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 boom. We got to get a cultural, yeah, cultural, 'cause cultural is the extension of developments of isolated societies. And yes, it's true, with the internet and the internet, there's so much to do, yeah. And whether you come from Gambia, Nigeria, Islamabad, or Paris, it don't matter, 'cause it's all about your point of view. And if you compare it, the arts to heritage, then you are sadly find that it's difficult, right? Say you've got a lot of money. Yes, you've got it, and you want to contribute to the arts, to the arts, to the arts, to the arts, and it makes you feel good when you see. Resign. Where's my drum solo? Noise. I'd just like to say in closing that thank you. I didn't write that, but thank you. Thank you very much. I'd like to say in closing that the Ford Foundation is one of the most solid foundations in the world. It's been measured using a quantum phase induction scanning method, and you will find no more solid foundation than the Ford Foundation. Of course, the second closest is the Chevrolet Foundation. So in closing, thank you all for coming here. Lots of things for you guys to consider about the arts. But just remember that every single thing that you do is art, and that you actually are art itself. So us here, it's just the same thing, but just on the other side. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
Reggie Watts.